guys and welcome back. A bit of a special one this one. We have decided that 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 points is not enough. So what we've decided to do is play the new Apocalypse. Almost 700 power each. It's took us about an hour to deploy. Yeah, but we are deployed. It's my Nurgle versus the whole of the Imperium, basically, isn't it? It's just pretty much everything. We've never played this before. Well, we've run through like one turn each. And we're pretty rubbish. Well, I was pretty rubbish anyway. More than lots of ones like normal. So, but we may make mistakes, but we thought we'd best show you because I think it's just a bit of a spectacle, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks good.
Some really nice models on the table. It's way too many custodians, but
can't have too many.
Absolute scum. We're going to convert them to Nurgle. So we'll show you the armies and we'll crack on with the fun. So for our first game, we're going to play basically the first mission in the book, which is Race to Destruction. It's a basic simple game, 6 objectives. Get an objective, you score a victory point. Kill a warlord, victory point. Super heavy, victory point. Basic deployment zone. We have changed ever so slightly just to make it a bit easy for ourselves for the first game though. So we'll come back to you and we'll have an overview of the armies. So it's kind of hard to talk you through the armies because there's so much, but I'll just basically point this out and tell you what I've got. So I've got a Supreme Command Detachment, I have Mortarion, he is my overall warlord, I have 3 Death Shroud Terminators in Deep Strike, I have 3 Lord of Contagion in Deep Strike, I have a Demon Prince there with him, and that is my first Supreme Command Detachment. As you can see sneaking around the side there, I have a battalion which has 2 squads of 10 Plague Marines, all with bolt guns. There is 20 Poxwalkers hiding in amongst there. There is a Plague Caster. Typhus is there as well. There's a Taliban and a Plague Surgeon. I also have a Spearhead that has a Lord, 2 Plague Burst Crawlers and a Land Raider. I have up on the top there is an Outrider detachment with Demon Prince, 2 drones. There's 2 Demon Prince, 2 drones and 3 Haulers which are hiding around the side. I have a Vanguard that is there is a Lord with them, there is 3 Contemptors with Butcher Cannons, there's also a Deradio Dreadnought. In the other battalion there is also a Hellbrute as well. Moving on, I have a battalion of demons, but because I had no space to put them, I have 60 Plague Bearers out at the back here, and with their infiltrate skill, I have 6 squads of Nurglings hiding in the building here. Maybe a cheeky steal on there, we don't know. Moving on from then, I have 3 super heavy detachments. I have one here that has a knight with a thermal cannon and chainsword, power fist and chainsword, and double battle cannon storm spear rocket pod. Moving across, I have yet another one. I have a Dominus class with the volcano cannon. I have the Prof Knight, as I'm going to call him because I can't pronounce it, and 2 Helverins there as well. The next spearhead, I have a Lancer, an Atropos, and a War Dog in there. And then finally, I have 2 Titanic units. I have the Warhound and the Reaver. The Warhound has Plasma and the Mega Bolter. The Reaver has the Apocalypse Missile Launcher, the Reaver Blaster, and the Gatling Blaster. So that is almost 700 power, over 16,000 points at 40k story of Nurgle. So we'll come back to you with you.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to get these detachments right, but I'm going to try. So I've got a fast attack detachment of 3 units of 3 bikes and a bike captain. There, I've got a battalion with a captain and a lieutenant and intercessors. I've got a super heavy of armigers, I think it's a preceptor that makes the armigers better, the the valiant and the gallant. I've got a elite detachment with a chaplain, 2 redemptors with different loadouts, so the plasma and the Gatling cannon. What else have we got there? Another captain, a Phobos lieutenant. Also with them is a deep striking assassin. It's the Vindicator, the shooting one. I've got a Custodes battalion there with 3 units of 3 Custodian Guard, a Custodian Shield Oh no, they're not Custodian Guard, they're the Wardens, because previously 3 Custodian Wardens, Trajan Valoris, and a Vixillus Praetor. Also a Telemon with double, it's the cannons have 2 different profiles, I can't remember the name of it. In here I've got 2 detachments, both Vanguard, and a super heavy auxiliary of Gulliman. So I've got, in total around the 2 detachments, 4 units of 5 Hellblasters, a Contemptor Mortis Dreadnought with twin las cannons and missile launcher, Leviathan with storm cannons, well, whatever they're called, the extremely large amount of shots cannons, led by an Apothecary, also both types of Primaris Librarian, Phobos and Regular, and the Primaris Ancient. Here is just a little battalion of Intercessors again, 3 Intercessors, a Gravis Captain and a Phobos Captain, because I had nowhere else to put him. I know there's 2 captains there, it's not very efficient, but another super heavy of 2 Helverins, a Castellan, a Warden and a Crusader, Marnius Calgar, Victrix Guard, 4 units of Aggressors, 2 units with Flames, 2 units with Bolt, Custodian Guard, 3 units of 3 Custodian Guard, and a Shield Captain on foot. Then my reserves over here, I've got Inceptors, Assassins, Reavers, and Alaris Custodians. That is, again, almost 700 power level in Apocalypse. It's about 13,000 points in 40k.
And just a quick shout out to Battle Bunker. So if you're in the area, come on, drop it in. It's a fantastic place. As you see, there's bolt action being played. There's 40k over there, and there's people having a sneaky peek of Apocalypse. So we'll come back to you when we figure out what we're doing next. So the first thing we do is to roll a d12 each to see who has initiative. So I roll a 12, I have initiative, that means that I get to place my orders first. So we'll come back to you after we've placed the orders card. Or we draw 10 cards each, and then we will place our orders, so we'll come back to you once the orders are placed. So it turns out I was wrong, we weren't deployed. The first thing you do is drop reserves, and look at this dirty, dirty mess here. Everything 9 inches away. I don't know what they are, but I know that I don't like them. And I've also decided that I want to deep strike over here as well. So yeah, that is us now finally set up. My glue's there for when I knock my Reaver over. And yeah, we're now into the actual game itself, so we'll come back to you once we've done our initiative phase, I think it's called. So we've just done our command phase. So we drew our cards, we've basically placed objectives next to all of our detachments. I'm not going to go through them all because we have so many of them, but what we've done is we did them in secret, alternating backwards and forwards, but now we're finished, we've turned them all over so we can see what the plans were for everyone. Like this unit here has the move command, so he's able to move his movement and still shoot, but not attack in the fight phase. This squad here, for instance, can basically advance, they move double and can make a hitting attack, but they cannot shoot. Likewise, my squad here has the same kind of command, so obviously I'll be deep strike 9 inches, and I'm guaranteed to get into combat with them because I automatically move double and just move into base-to-base contact. So I'm going to activate these ones first. So after I've moved them, I will come back to you. So it would assume that I've made a massive, massive error here. You have to deep strike 9 inches away. When you advance, you can move double your distance. Blightlords only move 4 inches, so I can't get within first turn attack of these guys. I mean, I hope I'm wrong somewhere along the lines, but so what I've done is I've just kind of spat my dummy out already. But we did get Morty into base combat with the building, so we're going to make attacks with Mortarion. Because it's Mortarion, so we should. So, his silence gets 2 attacks. So he gets 2 attacks base time, so he gets 4 attacks. Hits on 2s, and he will be... We need to double check whether wounding this is for building or troops, but I'm assuming he's just hitting the troops inside. So then he is wounding on 5. So 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Wound through, went through. I don't believe he does, no. Nope. And then it's wounding on 5s. So that is 2 wounds onto that squad of intercessors over there. So what we do is we place a large blast marker on them because they took 2 took 2 hits. Unless we drop it. So that is the end of my activation, and we will move on to the Imperium activation next. So first to activate is this dirty squad here. So they have activated the attack order. Assault order is, so they basically move 12 inches now, and whatever they get in base-to-base contact with, they can have a dirty fight. So we'll come back to you with the attacks from that. So talk me through what's happening here then.
Right, the Alaris Custodians get 1 attack on their profile. Their melee weapons give them double that amount of attacks.
Yep.
Vixillus Praetor gives them an extra 1 attack on their profile.
So that's 4 attacks
it goes
per
from 2
squad.
to 4.
That is horrific.
So
right, so
we're
we're
on 2s, you're rolling 1s with the captain.
Ah, dear me. Wow. Right, then let's have at it then.
So onto your
Yeah, so the first squad, yep. Damn it. Yep. Well, I'd expect nothing less. And what are they wounding on?
Probably not 1 or 2.
We'll just double check that and we'll get back to you.
It's 6s.
Oh, so the 6 to 2, that's 2. So that's 1 large blast marker on the. Right, we'll put that on when we finish the rest of these attacks. So we'll do the next squad.
The knight.
Into the first knight.
Yeah, they all hit.
Yep.
And that's another large blast.
Right, yep. And then the third one. Again, all hit, non-surprisingly.
And that is nothing.
Whoa, so actually I think I got it quite lightly there. So that's 2 large blast markers. I'll put those on and then I'll activate my next squad. So for my activation, I've activated this Vanguard detachment. So I've moved my Demon Prince around to base-to-base contact, this Demon Prince, and those 2 drones, and obviously the Blight Hall is already in contact. So Demon Prince gets 2 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s, and this is into this squad here. Yes, and then it is 6s. That is 2 blast markers. That is a large blast marker. Yes. Oh, and then what I'll do next is the second Demon Prince will go into your. I want him dead. I don't like him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So 2s re-rolling 1s, and then 6s again. And that is another large blast marker. I will check on my plague drones and my blight hauler, and we'll get back to those attacks. So next, the plague drone will attack that same squad that has blast markers on, so it's 1 attack, hitting on a 4. Nope, that's perfectly, I like it. Then the second one will go into this guy. Who's this guy? Is he re-rolling 1 bubbles? So on a 4, re-rolling the 1s because of the prince. Yep. Yep, there we go. Normal service has been resumed. I'll check the blight hauler and then. So a little bit of difference here. Because I have 3 blight haulers, but only 1 of them is in contact, I still get the bonus for having the 3 of them, so it's actually 3 attacks for 3 units. So hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. I got a 1. Hey! Melting my dice tonight. So it's time for the Imperium's activation. So at the start of my opponent's activation, which he's activating, is it a Vanguard detachment? There's a detachment at the back there. He has played a command asset, which is...
Orbital Barrage.
Boom! Orbital Barrage. So let's do this then. Where are we going? So you place a marker. Everything within 6 inches of that. So obviously because I've lovely castled everything together, that's hitting a lot of units. So we'll measure that and we'll come back to you with the rolls. So we've just worked this out, and pretty much there's a lot of stuff within 6 inches. So we roll a d12 for every unit within 6 inches, and on a 6 plus they take 1 small blast marker,
Yes.
and on
11.
an 11 plus they take a large blast marker. So we start this end here. This Plague Marine squad here.
They take it. Oh, they take a large.
Oh well, there you go. That won't happen. They happen straight away. Then we'll work across the Contemptor.
Nothing.
No, the next Contemptor.
Nothing.
The Duradio.
Nothing.
Nothing as well. The Contemptor.
Different dice.
No.
Nothing.
Moving on to this character, the light.
You need a 7.
So he's +1.
That is still -1, so it is only a small.
So it's only a small blast mark on him. The Demon Prince. No, and then the Castellan Knight
Takes it.
takes a wound as well. So not great, but better than what I did in my last turn. So and then we'll, yes, exactly, and then we'll carry on with the rest of your activation. We'll come back to you with some shots, I believe. This detachment that was activated, basically these guys couldn't really move anywhere because of the knights, so they're not shooting. But this little Vindicator Assassin is in the same detachment, so he is going to take on my Chaos Lord over there that has just taken the blast marker from the orbital bombardment. So it's hitting on a 2, isn't he?
Yes.
And then he wounds on.
Definitely that.
Definitely that. So that's. So I believe it's just a small blast marker. So that puts him up to a large blast marker. So we'll come back to you with that done, and then my next activation. So for my next activation, I've activated this Vanguard squad here with the 3 Contemptors, and they're going to pump everything into something on there. I think the 3 Contemptors are going to go into this first squad of Flyboys here. None of the plasma there, are they? So in fact, I've changed my mind, they're going to go into this plasma squad here. Yeah. So they're going to go into them. So they only get 1 shot per butcher cannon now. So that's 6 shots because all 3 of them are going to fire. So that's...
No,
not with them ones.
There's 2 groups.
We need to double check that about the building rule. Hold on, we need... So scratch that. We're unsure about the rule about shooting that because they're in a building with Mortarian in combat with the building as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just basically going to go into this squad here. So it's 6 shots hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. So they all hit. Wow. So, and they are wounding on, I think it's, dear me. So they're wounding on 7s. So I need 6 12-sided dice. So that was 6 hits, and then we're wounding on 7s. So that is 1, 2, 3. That is 3 wounds on this squad here, this Inceptors here. So we can, so obviously we've just checked it and we can fire that building at a separate squad as well. Right, so basically my Deradio is going to fire everything into this squad here. Next is the Deradio, he's going to fire his Butcher Cannon Race, that's 2 shots hitting on 2s. Oh, luckily. And then it is the same thing as 7s again. Yep. The Greater Havoc Launcher is 1 shot on a 2. And then it is a 7 as well. There, take a blast marker. So the small blast mark on them, and he has a heavy bolt. He has 2 heavy bolters as well. So in the heavy bolters, has 2 shots at 2s and 7s. So again 2s, re-rolling the 1s because of the Lord, and then 7s. That's 1 more, so that's a large blast marker on them, and that is that activated. So we'll come back to you again after the Imperium is activated. So just one of the smaller detachments is activated again. So basically everybody's pushed forward here, which means they can't fire, but they don't care because we are in contact with Mortarian, and we're going to hit him with a chainsaw, I believe.
Reaper chainsaw.
Yes, into Mortarian.
4 attacks.
And I believe this is going to be quite brutal. So 4 attacks hitting on 3s, I'm assuming.
Yes. That's all hit. Just
perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. Now we need some D12s, and you're wounding on 5s. Please get some 1s and 2s. Just 2. So that is 2 large blast markers because it is Destroyer. So I'll place them on, and then we'll come back to you with my activation. So my activation was a super heavy auxiliary. So the Acheron got round Mortarian into that Knighter there because that's just dirty that he did that to the Mortarian. How dare he? How dare he? How dare you, sir? The 2 little guys are in combat over here, and the Lancer got in combat with that horrible thing there. So we'll start with the Lancer first. So he gets 3 attacks with his Lance on 3s, 2 hits, and it is 5s to wound. And that is 2 wounds, 2 large blast markers. Next is the Acheron, same thing, basically the same as the Lancer. It is 3 attacks on 3s. Wow. And then 5s. At least that's 1 large blast marker. That makes me feel a little bit better. And then the last thing to do is this one here. It is? Yeah, so this, basically, the little War Dog has got, I think it's quite buff. He's exactly the same as the Acheron and the Lancer. Wow. Just less wounds. So it's 3 attacks on 3s. Can I get all 3 of them? And then 5s to wound. But that's good. That is 3 large blast markers.
You only got 2 hits, but...
I'll re-roll them.
They all hit. They all wounded, sorry.
I did it, okay. Right. Yeah. Two large blast markers.
2 large blast markers.
Yeah, 2 large blast markers. And then that is that activation complete. But we are going to be sneaky. I forgot to move the Demon Prince over here. So he gets 2 attacks and 2s to hit. Both hit, and there was 7s to wound. So that is 1 wound on 1. So that moves that to a large blast marker on them. Oh no, it's a large, so it's an extra little one. So that puts a large and a small blast marker on that squad there. So next to activate is this squad here that is next to Gilliman, and I believe you're going into one of the Knights.
Yeah, I'll go into the closest one.
We're basically going to fire most things at Lancer because you can still fire into combat with super heavies. So we'll come back to you with some shots when we know what we're doing. First to shoot is the Mortar Contemptor. He's got 4 las cannons, so it's 4 shots going into him. It's hitting on 2s, re-rolling everything because of Guilliman.
Yes.
So, we should need to work on the damage, which is 5s.
Reroll those. Oh no.
Oh no. So that's 1 large blast marker. I'll put that on now.
And the
And then moving at the cycle missile launcher, re-rolling the 1s. Yep. And these are wounding on, re-rolling because of Guilliman. That's 1 more blast marker. So that's a small blast marker. That puts him on to 3 blast markers.
and then the Hell Blasters are within 15 there. Well, not within 15 there.
So some of these Hell Blasters are within rapid fire. Some aren't. We'll work out and we'll come back to you with the dice rolls. Right, so one's rapid fire, 1 isn't, so that's 2 shots with rapid fire, 1 that isn't. So it's 3s re-rolling. We're not supercharging because he doesn't think he needs to, because Guilliman says, hit better, but don't. And then re-rolling that. So it needs the 6 to wound, so that is another large blast marker. This Lancer is not going to be very happy after this.
That is that detachment though.
And then we move from the detachment, we'll come back to you with my detachment. Right, twin Masma las cannons. So that's 4 attacks going into the I don't know what they're called because it's the Imperium, the big guy at the back. So it's on 2s. So that's all 4 hits, and they are wounding on 6s. So that's 3 went through, and I need to double check if they're destroyer or not. And then he has 2 las cannons into this closest knight here. So again, it's 2s. And las cannons wound on 5s. So that is 1 blast marker. 1 small blast marker. And then the missile rack is going into this injured squad here, and he gets, it is 2 attacks, hitting on 2s, wounding on 6s. 2s, and then, so that is 1 more blast marker on that squad there. So the Chaos Knight Tyrant, given its new name, is going to fire his Volcano Cannon up across the back there, so he gets 2 attacks with the Volcano Cannon. So it's hitting on 3s. No, only 1 goes through, and is wounding on a 3. There's 1 large blast marker on your big guy at the back. Yep. And then we shall move on to the Plasma Cannon, which is going to go into the front knight that's got a marker on it. He will supercharge, because we're Chaos, we've got to.
Yeah.
So the Plasma Decimator gets 2 shots, and it is 3s and then 5 1s are blast markers back.
Well, you've taken 8, so.
Oh yes. So yeah, so it's 2s. I think I might get another shot with him, but it doesn't matter. So it's 2s. That's a large blast marker back on me. But I got 2 1s.
Oh, did you get 2?
Yes, I got. So I got. Oh dear. So I roll the same dice in this as I do in Apocalypse. So next, the Shield Breaker is going to go into the front knight. Oh. So Shield Breaker, just 1 shot on a 2. There we go. And then a 5. And that is a fail as well. And I think that's everything that would be in range. Oh, I'll double check to see if the melters are in range of there, but I don't think they are.
It doesn't look like it.
I don't think they are. So the last thing to fire is I've got 2 Armature Warglaives here, and they are both going to go into the knight at the back. So I'll come back to you when I know the stats of those. So both autocannons are going to the knight at the back, but the stubbers are going to go into this wounded squad here as well. So the autocannons are 2 shots each, so that's 4 shots because they're both hitting the same target. 2 is because they were given take aim. There we go. Still failed a 1. Perfect. And then we're looking for 7s to wound. So that is 2 wounds. That's another large blast marker on the knight at the back.
That guy, yeah.
Yep. And then we do the auto cannons into those guys there, and the auto cannons get. So it is the heavy stubber. So it's 1 shot. So it's on a 2 because there's 2 of them. That's 1 hit, and then it's an 8 to wound. And that is no wounds. So that is that unit done. So we'll come back to you with the Imperium unit. So tit for tat, basically we've activated this squad that I've just been shooting at, and basically I think everything from this squad is going into my Tyrant over there, apart from this knight is going to play with some Nurglings.
Yeah.
So, but there is a -1 to hit them because they had the move order.
Yes. Weirdly though, he can shoot and attack.
Yes, he can.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, lovely. I love that rule already.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, so do you know where you're starting with first?
Oh, I'm going to do the big one.
We're going to go for the big knight into the big knight.
Yeah, so I'm going to supercharge the Plasma Decimator.
Well, I hope you don't roll 2 1s.
No,
Nope,
they
that's
both
2
hit.
hits.
That'll be 6.
Ouch.
5 actually, so that's a large blast.
Yep, that's 1 large blast. I will have to put these on after.
Okay.
I'll keep a count.
Shield breaker, got your large blast there.
Ah,
Shield
excellent.
breaker. Hits. 5.
That's
4
another one,
blasts.
so that's 3.
3 blasts.
Yep, yep.
Twin metal gun, no. No, I can't shoot it in combat. Twin siege breaker, so 4 shots from this.
Nice. I'm just going to pan around while we're getting some dice. This is quite a spectacle, this game, actually. It is a very nice looking game. Right, okay, so anyway, back to the game.
Nope, shot to bits.
Wow.
And that does wound those.
So that's up to 2. Oh dear, we're not doing good. This is going to hurt.
Volcano lands.
Yep.
6 shots.
Mm-hmm.
Both hit.
I think it's 5. Is it 3? Oh, yeah, 3. Yeah, it's brutal, isn't it?
That's
Ouch. That puts us up to...
that's 4 large blasts in total.
I'll leave it a 4 large blast in total. I'll put those on now and then we'll come back to you with that was only 1 night shot. First shoot is the thermal cannon. So obviously, 1 hit and then wounding on a 4.
That's destroyer.
That's 2 blast markers on that little knight. I'll change that here and we'll sort them out after. So,
The Avenger Gatling Cannon.
is your heavy stubber in range? Oh, he's got a Gatling cannon as well. Sorry, yes, he's... Yeah.
4 shots.
Yep.
4 hit. I'm only wounding on 8.
I do like the fact that battle cannon is basically the battle cannon and the Gatling cannon are very like the opposite stats for armor and personnel. It's quite good. I like it. So,
That's 3.
oh dear,
Yeah.
oh dear. That's a lot of blast markers. That's 5 blast markers on him so far, and a heavy stubber.
1 shot on this. Hits.
Right. So I'll go put them on over there.
So
So the first Helverin is going into the wounded armature.
to make sure.
Yeah. So it's 4 shots with the autocannons.
Hits. 7.
Yep.
Another 1.
So there's another one. Puts him to 3 large blast markers.
That'll do it.
Right. And we'll move on to the next armature straight away then.
That's going to go into the other armature.
Right. Yep. No problem.
Oh, hit.
And then 7s again.
6 for nothing.
Right. Excellent. You got off lightly, son. And is that the? No. Right. I'll just put the wound markers on and we'll come back to you with some combat. So obviously Titanic units can fight and they can shoot in the same phase, and he's going to start to pepper off the plague bearers round the corner here. So the Gatling cannon and the heavy stubbers both going into them. So the Gatling cannon first,
3 hits.
and then wounding on 4s.
That's a large and small.
So that's 1 large and 1 small, and the stubber. Yeah.
Hits.
Yep.
Wounds.
Right, so that's 2 large blast markers on the plague bearers. So what we'll do is I'll put them on and then we will do the combat knight versus nurglings. Epic showdown. So because he has a close combat weapon, you have to use it. So we're going to fist some nurglings.
Yes.
Yes, that will make.
-1 to hit them even in combat.
I
don't know.
I don't think it is. I don't think you suffer the minuses like you would do. So it's just a straight up hit, I think.
That'll be 2 then.
That's good.
And 6s.
Really? Against nurglings? That's really funny. It's designed.
It's designed for gripping a tank.
Yeah, it is. So that's
1.
well, that's 1. Wow, you've done well there, boys. So that's the end of that activation. We'll come back to you with mine. Go on, then. We've waited long enough. We'll activate the Reaver. So what we're going to do is he has a Reaver laser blaster. Where I'll put my teeth back in and speak. And it is going to go into... See, I've said that and I don't know what to shout now. It's going to go into this knight here. It's going to go into this one with the conflagration cannon. Is it Valiant, is that knight? That's the knight Valiant. And then the Gatling blaster is going to go into this 1 squad of bikes.
Oh no.
And the Apocalypse missile launcher is going to Gilliman. Shock horror. So we'll come back to some dice rolls. Laser blaster into Valiant, so he gets 3 shots, hitting on 2s. Oh, I still get 1s. Oh. But then it is 5s to wound. And that is only 1, and that's a large blast marker. That was really, really underwhelming, wasn't it? The next we'll do the Gatling cannon, which is 6 shots on 2s. So I need more dice. 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is hitting on 2s. It's still got 1 fail. No, 2 fails. That's only 4 hits, and then it is 6s to wound. We need more D12s.
Yeah.
Right, I've got that. And then this is 6s. And that's 3 wounds.
What's this even at?
Onto a squad of bikes over there. Yeah, anyone, I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Is that 3?
Yes. And then last but not least, we're going to pepper the Warlord with some apocalyptic missiles. So this is 4 shots, 8, 2s to hit, 8s to wound. So it's actually 3s to hit because you're a light character. So I'll roll it and we'll see if it makes any difference. No, it won't make a difference. Actually, it does make a difference because I got a 2. So we'll double check that and we'll come back to you. So Gilliman's a heavy character, so he doesn't get -1 to hit. So that was 3 hits. And then it is 8 to wound. And that is 1 large blast marker on Gilliman. And that is the end of his activation. Back to the Imperium.
Leviathan.
This detachment here is activated, and the Leviathan is going to shoot into the Lancer to try and make sure it dies, because we want explosions. So 2s, re-rolling.
Yes.
Yes, and then 7s.
Roll it.
So just 2.
He's paid for himself. No, it's 1.
Oh, yeah, just the 1.
Yeah.
Right, excellent.
But
Yes, but we're going to do something dirty now, and I keep forgetting these things.
Hunter Killer Missile.
Oh,
So basically, if I roll a 2 or above, you get another large blast marker.
large blast marker. So on a 2+.
Yeah, it's because you're super heavy.
Right, okay, cool. Run. Called it. Oh, that's sad.
No, it's not even a shooting attack, so I can't re-roll it with
Oh.
Element.
Oh dear. Well, that was a damp squib. It just went. So have we got anything else? Have we got anything else to fire?
Yeah, that guy upgrades. I've got this top unit.
Right. Okay.
Hellblasters.
So some more Hellblasters are going into the Lancer as well.
Yeah, again.
Right. No overcharge. We'll come back to you with the shots. So the Hellblaster shot, but I was too slow and forgot to record it. But they managed to get 1 more blast marker on the Lancer. So is that the end of that unit's activation?
Yes.
I think we're almost getting through all activations. This is going to be a long game. My next activation is going to be this squad here, and I believe I can't see the card, but I may have only given these take aim. I'll have to double check that when I find out where their card is. Bear with me.
Trying to get them out there, weren't you?
Bear with me 2 seconds. So we'll do this knight into these guys here first. I don't know what the rule is if you've got. I need to check because I think I might get +1 to attack because I've got a sword and a fist. I actually double check that. So because he has a chainsword and a fist, he actually has a weapon skill of 2+, no extra attacks. So it's 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, watch all the 1s. Well, no 1s. And then 5s to wound. And that is 3 wounds, and I don't think it's Destroyer though. But it is, yes. So that's 3 large blast markers on that squad there. And then we'll activate this next knight into this squad here. So he is only hitting on 3s this time because he only has 1. But and I can't shoot the melter because they were their advanced roll. So that is 3 hits, and then 5s again. So that is 3 large blast markers on that squad. I've got some over here, I'll put them on in a second. We've already run out of large blast markers. That's how ridiculous this game is. And this knight at the back can't do anything because we had the advanced order. So that is back to you for your next activation. And the next activation is this squad here. Oh, so we got. You do not like that Lancer?
Well, it's the only thing that's in rapid fire range.
Right, yeah. So it's tactics and stuff.
They both hit.
Of course.
I think it's 8.
I'm just checking the sap.
8, but I re-roll 1s because of Valoris.
Oh, excellent. Oh, well, there you go.
1.
One last blast. It's a large blast.
Well, I got 2 wounds, didn't
Oh yeah. I know stuff. I'll sort that. I'll get that in a second because we're running out of blast markers. And then we've got two shots going at the armature at the back.
Okay.
Yep, both hit and reroll the 1 wound.
Yeah, one full.
So I'll put those on in a second. And then we've got two shots going at the armature at the back.
Okay.
Yep, both hit and reroll the 1 wound.
Yeah, one full.
So I'll put those on in a second. So Telemon is going to fire in that night with his hoodie what?
Spiculous bolt launcher.
Yeah,
Top rack
he's
thing.
going to spit his bolters at him.
Yes. And
Yes.
the Arachnid storm cannon at the armature.
Right, okay. We'll do the bolter first into the Lancer.
Yes.
2s, I'm assuming. Rerolling 1s, I'm assuming. It's just the custodian's way, isn't it?
Yeah. 7.
So,
Carry on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Rubbish. And then
Storm cannon.
the storm cannon into the war dog at the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know because I can't see your numbers, so I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming.
It's fine. Yes.
Yeah, yes, all hits. Oh, I didn't realize the little teddy bears. I like it.
That'll be a.
Oh, dear.
A large blast and a small blast.
Oh, lovely. Right, I'll do that then. So it seems though I actually remembered that we have objectives to get, because that's the thing. I've moved these guys forward and activated this unit here. So first off, this Land Raider is going to shoot into the Valiant over there. Actually,
I'd say that's obscure.
no, he isn't. He's not going to shoot. He's going to shoot in that big knight right in front of him. He's going to shoot into him because you can see him. So it's 4 shots because he's got 2 twin las cannons, and he's hitting on 3s, and that's 1 miss, and he's wounding on 5s because las cannons are actually pretty good at wounding. And that is 1 large blast marker on that knight.
Nice for a knight. Where's the...
I shall get you one, sir. Have a large blast marker. And then the Plague Burst Crawlers. I'm going to shoot. This one is going to shoot both entropy cannons into that knight.
Yeah.
In fact, he's going to shoot the mortar into this squad here, and he's going to put the stubber into this one here as well. So we'll start with the entropy cannons. So it is 2 shots on 4s and 6s. But I'm re-rolling 1s because of the Lord. Re-roll the 1. Wow. And then 6s. That is 1, and it is just, that's 1 marker on him.
Is that him, sorry?
That's on the knight at the front, yeah. And then we'll do the mortar into this squad over here as well. So the mortar is 2 shots, 4s and 6s. 4s, re-rolling the 1 into a 2. Right, excellent. That's kind of normal service for these guys. And then the slugger, I'm breaking everything. So then the heavy slugger is 1 shot on a 4 and then an 8. Re-roll the 1. It's into a 1. Right, so we'll do exactly the same thing with the other one. So with entropy cannons, 4s, so that's 1 shot, and then what did I say that was? It's a 6. So that is another blast mark on him.
Oh, I need a large.
There's a large blast marker. Oh, I'm doing good at throwing them. Shame I can't roll dice like that. Yes. And then we'll. This game is not going well. This game is very fun, but it's not going well. So then the mortar, 2 shots is going into him as well. Both hit. Wow. And then it is wounding on an 8. Sorry. It's Sap, isn't it, against him? Is that Sat? He's Sat, isn't he? Sat, dear me. So it's on an 8. And that is no wounds on him. And then the slugger into these guys here, so on a 4, and then an 8. That is 1 blast marker on them. And that is that squad done. So your turn again. So next activate is this horrendous blob here. And now Apocalypse, we've only been rolling 1 and 2 dice. How many dice are you rolling?
16.
16! We're going to roll it over here because we've got space. On 2s.
Rerolling 1.
Rerolling 1s.
Don't need to reroll.
Oh, well, no, of course not.
So I'm going to have to do these about 4 at times. We just don't have enough D12.
Well, we've got 12. We have 12 D12. We shall round them up and roll some dice. So we've rounded up some dice. We've done 2 rolls of 8, so they're wounding on 7s.
1, 2,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Ouch.
5.
Wow, ouch, that hurt.
Yeah. 6.
7, 8.
Four
So it's
last
4 last blast markers. I think my Terminators might be going home. It's Warhound time. So the Plasma is going into the Valiant over there because I want some overkill as well. Because if I'm going to blow up, I want to take you with us. And then the Mega Bolter is going to go into the Custodians of Doom over there.
You want to focus on this unit?
The one that's already got wounds on it, I'll take that one. So the first off, we'll do them first. Actually, do the Mega Bolter first. So it's 6 shots hitting on 2s. I need another dice. I can't roll 16, but I can roll 6 1s. Damn it. And then 5, so we need to round up some more dice. Have we got 5 D12s?
Yeah, it's all here.
Ah! 2, 3, 4, 5, and it is wounding on. Wounding on, where am I at, Mega Boulder? Wounding on 4s. So there's 1, 2, that is 2 large blast markers. 2 large blast markers. And then the Plasma I will supercharge again because it went so well for me last time. So this is 4 shots. Hitting on 2s. There we go.
That's gone well.
And these are wounding on 3s because of supercharge. So that is all of them hit. And it's just 2 large blast markers. Just 2 large blast markers. And it is not Destroyer, no, because it's Supercharge, it's not Destroyer. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's good.
There you are. So, back to you.
Cool.
And then next we have this detachment here that activates. We've got 2 Plasmas going into the Acheron.
Supercharge.
A Supercharging, obviously.
Bang!
Blow up.
No.
No. No.
That wounds.
That wounds, that puts a... So that puts a small blast marker onto this guy here. There we go. And anything else? Oh, we're going to hit Morty in the face. Do you not know who this is? 2 whole attacks. 3s.
Yeah.
They are not scared, but they are a little bit scared. Oh yes, we'll come back to you because we have a Colexus Assassin somewhere. We'll come back to you with that.
So Carol's Assassin.
Yep, Assassin is going to assassinate.
Yes, it has a 9-inch gun with the Inferno keyword.
Oh, so it auto hits.
Yeah.
Nice. Into the night or?
That little one.
Oh, into the little one. Right. Okay. So.
It's not great at wounding tanks, so it's not that.
Right. Excellent. After all that, that was a little bit of a letdown.
And the Reavers can shoot because they've got heavy bolt guns.
They do. Yes.
So a bolt pistol, so they're going to go to the little knight as well.
Okay. So the Reavers in there as well are going to. They are well garrisoned in there. Into the War Dog as well.
Roll a hit. Carry on, we're done.
Right, excellent. And after all that, my detachment.
Yes.
Actually, this squad of
So my battalion activated, and we've moved forward. So the Hellbrute is going to shoot into the Valiant as well. So it's 2 shots hitting on 3s. That is re-rolling the 1s because of the Lord. So that's 2 hits, and this is wounding on 5s. That is absolutely nothing.
Nothing, yes.
And then this squad will pepper up into this squad here. So it's 2 shots hitting on 3s, 1 hit, and then it is an 8. What a good detachment that was. Moving on to you, sir.
Yeah.
So we've sorted out this squad detachment here to fire next, and the assault bolters are going to go into the Plague Marines here that have a blast marker on them already. So, how many? 3 shots. Hitting on 3s. Outside of Gilliman. Oh, they're scared. There, yeah, we have some D12 somewhere.
It's wounded though.
Hey, that puts a large blast marker onto the Plague Marines.
These are going to go into plague bearers.
Oh, they already have large plate. Sorry, it puts this extra small. They already had a large one, and now it's a small one as well. Yep. And they're going to plague bearers, are they?
Yeah. Wounds.
So that puts. Oh, they're hurting as well.
Yeah.
They are hurt. And then you've got the intercessors in the middle as well. Intercessors?
Oh, they're Reavers.
Oh, Reavers. Well.
I've got 2 assassins over there.
Oh dear me. So with the activation phase finished, we move on to the damage phase. Now we're going to save you a little bit of hassle here. we're going to roll, because we're going to be here for about another hour, I think, rolling these. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll these off camera and we'll come back to you when we've done the damage. But if anything interesting does happen, for instance, explosions, we will come back to you and we'll go through them. So we'll see you after the damage phase. So I said we'd come back with something interesting happened, and something interesting's happened straight with the first. So basically we've activated this on here. So this Valiant is about to harpoon that whale.
Yes.
And that will be my Lancer. But unfortunately also, with the dirty tactics that we've already come to see already, we've done this card here. So basically, because he's house crashed, he now gets 3 hit rolls per hit. Is that right? Is that how it works?
No, every hit I get
is 3 hits. So yeah, every roll he hits is 3 hits. Does have to roll the wound separately on 2s though, on a d12. So, right, let's do that then, because this could be the end of my Lancer who's only on 1 wound left.
Some moves first.
Oh yes. It's harpoon time.
No, misses.
Hey! Oh.
Shield breaker. Misses. Conflagration cannon. They automatically hit.
It automatically, yeah, it's infernal, yeah, so... I thought this would be more exciting than this. This is why I've recorded it, but it's just it's basically... yeah.
I can reroll one of these because I can't find enough.
Yeah.
What am I on? 8. That's 1. Yeah, one small blast marker.
Well, yeah. Well, that was less exciting than I thought it was going to be.
4 metal guns.
Oh yeah, still got 4 melter guns. Yeah, I forgot about them. So it's 4s now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 2 hits and 4 plus.
Oh.
That's a large blast.
Ouch. And obviously when you have 1 more wound left, that doesn't look good.
Twin siege breaker cannon.
Oh god, I forgot how much stuff these things have. So 4s again.
Yeah. No.
Hey.
And Titanic feet.
Oh yes, you get the kickers as well as...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has 2 attacks because of the... yeah.
So 4s again, but these count as...
So they're 6 hits.
So 6 hits,
Yeah.
because of that horrendous card.
Rerolling one of these for 7s. That's 5 blast markers.
So that puts him on to 3. That puts him on to 4 large blast markers, and then we also have a gallant that is going to fire in next. So this is looking bad for the Lancer, unless I can do something weird.
So 5 attacks.
Yeah.
The Thunder's trying to call it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, hit on 2s.
Yep.
So that's
That's lots of it. That's 15
attacks.
I may not be rolling my save dice for this night after this. It's just got 15 hits onto a 1 wound Lancer.
Yeah, I'm moving on 5s.
No, dear me.
It's 5 at a time.
Oh well.
So that is 3 large
Yep,
blast markers.
3 large blast markers.
1, 2, 3 large blast
6.
markers. And 1, 2 large
That's
blast
8
markers.
large blast markers gone on that. And it's already got 4 large blast markers. That's 12 large blast markers on that. So we'll come back to you after the next... Look at that. That's 12 5-up saves on a D6.
And then you have to roll a 1.
And then, and then if I do pass it, I'd need to roll a 1 for my leadership. You take that last wound anyway. So I think this knight may be going off the board at the end of this turn.
We have to go into the unit.
So obviously, because we're still in combat here, we think, we're not 100% sure, we will double check it, but we think you have to shoot the target in combat with. That's fine. So he's going to shoot his las impulsor at the Acheron.
Yes. That's 2 hits. This wound's on 5s.
Wounds on 5s.
That's 1, just small.
1 small blast marker.
Heavy stubber.
Yep.
Hits.
Yep.
Wounds.
Wow.
Unusually.
Killed by a heavy stubber. Yep, and fist.
Reaper chainsaw.
Oh, chainsaw. Brum 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 brum.
5 attacks. Is it? No, 4 attacks.
4 attacks.
I'm looking at wounds.
On 3s.
Yeah. So that's 9 hits.
Oh, God, I forgot about this. It's the whole detachment, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's a brutal card.
Yeah. And on 6, it'll do this 3 times.
Yeah.
So 2, 5, 8.
8 large blast markers.
Yeah.
And he's already got a large blast marker.
Yeah.
So I think he might be going off the table this turn as well.
Yeah.
So we'll
That's
come back.
really kicked off.
We'll come back to you after I recover from that a little bit. So for my turn, I activated this unit here. So He was at a -1 to hit because of his critical damage, but we've done several large blast markers on the Castellan at the back, so he needs to make 2 5-up saves minimum or it's going to blow up. So, and I've done 1 damage onto this one here and a bit of damage on here. So it's time for the Imperium to activate. So we're dropping back in when it's turn for the bikes to activate, and we've done a bit of moving around to make sure that they are not suffering the -1 to hit these characters here. So we're recording this because these were brutal last turn.
Yeah.
They should have took out those. I don't know how I managed to save those, but they'll not be saved. They'll not be saved this time. So yes, please carry on. So
Into
Hurricane Bolters into the
reroll ones.
reroll ones because of dirties. D12s. D12s are here. There's four there if you need them. Casualties. Where? Oh no. Oh, dear me.
Have them. There you are. That's a large and a small for you.
Oh, good. That's what I get for killing custodians. And that's into the Terminators.
Yeah.
And then the next is so what's going into what
This
now?
going into him.
Right.
It's
Okay.
the same amount of shots as the 3.
Is he the shield captain? Is he?
Yeah. All hit.
Yeah, of course, all hit.
That's just a small blast marker.
Just 1 small blast marker. And then these 3 here are going into this other one here, I'm assuming. Right. So that's 3 hits. Wow, he failed a hit.
And that's a small blast marker.
And 1 small blast marker on them as well. Right, brilliant. So time for my activation, coming back in a second. So I activated this squad and got everybody back into coherency, and I did 2 wounds on the shield captain, I've done 2 wounds on the bikes, and the light lieutenant was absolutely whiffed. So yeah, we'll come back to you in a little bit with more Next, I moved my knights, and to be honest, they did a whole lot of nothing. I shot over here with the twin battle cannon and got 2 large wound markers on it. The Stormspear rocket pod failed to hit this unit over here, and I don't know what went on over here, but he just waved his sword at them and did absolutely nothing. They went, and yes. So that is that activation. Moving on to the next. Next activation here, we've activated these here. So he's moved up and come into base contact with my lander to try and take up that 1 last wound with the Reavers, because they actually get a lot of attacks. And he's only got 1 balloon left, so chances are he's going to die to this Reaver. And everyone else came out to try and claim this objective marker. So we're rolling 3s to hit. I can't see. You'll have to shout out what we've got.
Good, yes.
Good.
Everything's okay.
Good,
Yeah.
yes. And to wound probably isn't quite as good.
It is 9, so there's a small blast marker.
So we have a small blast marker, so that's bad.
Yeah.
So I'll place that under him.
Danger.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger. So, and we're going to shoot with these guys as well.
Yeah. At
Dun 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 dun.
the closest dreadnought.
So they're going to shoot at this, the Hellbrute or the Contempt.
These out of command range, so.
Oh yeah, yes, he's out of coherence. I've actually got a lot of coherence at the moment.
Yeah.
But we'll work on it later.
So I go for the closest.
So we're going to this Contemptor over here. So rapid fire bolt assault rifle things. I just want to show you this.
Bloody
I just
paperwork.
want to show. It's like a bad day at the office. This at the moment is what we're working with. I think we're going to have to get some cards, but to be fair, this is better what I've done. I'm using the sheets on my phone, and that is such a long time to do. Don't do that if you're playing this game.
Assault bolters.
So assault bolters hitting on 3s,
2.
2 hits,
9s. Nothing. 1 and 2. Jesus.
nothing at all.
Yeah.
Boom. And then the assassin, the Eversaw. Back to the sheets.
Excuse me, pistol. That's not very good.
Right, good.
Yeah.
So what I would recommend also is don't play a 700 power level game for your first game.
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit much, but it is a lot of fun.
I'm going to shoot that hell. No, I'm going to shoot the Plague Burst Crawler.
So the Eversaw on the Plague's Crawler hits on 2. No. So that's that activated. We will come back when I've activated my next. Oh, we've got another assassin.
He's also going to go at the Plague Burst Crawler.
Yep.
He hits.
Whoa. Minute check. It's bottle. No. Just no. Right.
That's you.
Excellent. Right. So I will pick my next unit and I'll come back to you again.
A question, who's it? No, we're still playing for it, man. But you
Reaver activated.
sounded really bad.
Apocalypse missile launcher. Put a large blast marker on Gilliman again. He will die. That's all I need to do. Kill him and I win. The Gatling blaster unfortunately whiffed on this night. Only put 1 small blast marker on, but the laser blaster put 3 large blast markers onto this armature here. So we're moving on to the Imperium for activation. So we have finally finished the activation phase for turn 2. Turn 2. So if you can look across the board here, we'll give you a quick look. There are blast markers everywhere, including, look at that. That night, I didn't even bother trying to get these two back in coherency because he has a big massive stack there. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll all of the things. We might do the big things that are going to explode on camera. Just see how we go, but we'll come back to you with some of the wound rolls.
Yeah.
So actually, because he was out of coherency at the start of the game with him, we knew he was going to blow up anyway, so we don't even roll for him. He literally just leaves the battlefield. Sorry. He'll be back again later. So we have now done all of our damage rolls, and as you can see, my side of the table is looking a little bit bleak now, because I lost 4 knights that turn. How many did you should have lost 4 knights as well.
Yes.
But unfortunately, because you did some massively jammy saves, you kept your 2 big knights alive. So that basically we've put wounds on everywhere. It would have taken us too long to record it all for this size of game, so we're just going to have to give you overviews basically. My Nurglings are still alive. I don't know how. But what we're going to do now is we're going to see how many victory points you score, because to be honest, I completely forgot that we were supposed to be scoring victory points. Got too wrapped up in hitting things. So we're going to work that out and we'll get back to you after that. So at the end of turn 2, it is 5-2 to the Imperium, and we're going to move on to turn 3 and draw our card.
Been here since 11.
So I've realised I've made a really big mistake. Mortarion is the same as Gilliman. Gilliman. Hey, he's turning into a Rastafarian. Gilliman. Gives reroll hit rolls and wound rolls within 7 inches, and also you roll a dice for every unit within 7 inches of them, and on a 10 they take a blast marker, so whoops. And this is after turn 3. We have now shot everything. We've hit everything. I even moved my Titanic units because it was basically this is going to be our last turn, because we've just run out. We've been here forever. So what we're going to do now is we're basically going to see what dies, and then we'll come back to you with a little recap and tell you what we think of Apocalypse. So, see you in a bit. So we're at the end of what are we at? What is this phase called again?
Death phase.
It's been a long day. I cannot remember anything, but we're at the end of that phase. Oh, there's a hole where Nurglings used to be. There's a hole where Knight used to be. There's the Reaver just kicked the living daylights out of a Knight over here. This is an absolutely brutal game. I've lost so much stuff. It's our dead piles are getting quite significant after 3 turns. But unfortunately, we've run out of time. If we got to turn 5, I think this board would be getting less and less and less. I'm not going to talk about that side over there. I messed up badly. So yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to add everything up and we'll tell you who won. We'll see you in a second. So at the end of 3 turns, you'd think we would have scored more points, but because of how we placed the objective markers, we kind of both held our own objectives. I think again, if it went on a bit further, I might have pushed further up the board, because I finally realised Titans need to be going forwards. Yeah. They should not sit at the back like they do in 40k. But anyway, that's something for next turn. So that is a victory for the Imperium, 4 victory points to 5.